Do you feel like you could use some decluttering in your life, in your living space, but maybe also in your mind? Stay tuned. I've got some good news for you. Hi, my name is Diane Martinez. I'm a certified holistic life coach, and welcome to Conscious Creating Life Coaching. I'm glad you're here. Do you know the wonderful teacher Louise Hay used to say, "The inner creates the outer always." And what she meant by that was our inner state, how we are inside. Are we chaotic? Are we angry? Are we just overwhelmed? Is our mind always in turmoil? Or are we more peaceful? Are we content, feeling steady? Whatever that inner state is will be reflected in our outer circumstances, in our living space or our workspace. And I heard a psychiatrist on Dr. Radio say that very same thing using different words a few years ago. I was listening to the psychiatry show on Dr. Radio, and a psychiatrist noted, he said, "Show me the inside of their refrigerator or the state of their garage, and I will tell you what their mental state is like." Reflecting that same concept, that how we are on the inside is reflected in the world around us. Now, the good news that I alluded to in the intro was that we can begin in either place and create space in both. Isn't that awesome? We can begin with our mind to create some space, and that will be reflected in our outer world. Or if your mind feels too chaotic and you just can't start there, you can begin in your physical space, and the decluttering you do there will also be reflected in your mind. This is a great sort of two-way street that you can just jump in wherever it suits you. So let's start with decluttering the physical space. Now, so many people get overwhelmed with that if they haven't decluttered their home in a while and they have 30 years worth of, I'll say, stuff all over the place. To begin to take that on is overwhelming, and it just makes you not want to start. But this is where I will actually pull on the video that I posted previously on using a timer to create structure for your day and to really heighten your focus. You can use that technique here if you've got a huge decluttering job to do, and just work in little blocks of like 10, 12 minutes to declutter. Start in one corner. Start in your sock drawer. It's a great place to start. Dump it all out. Sort out the unmatched socks that have been waiting for forever for their mate to show up. Throw them away. Get out all of the socks that are too worn, threadbare, the elastic is shot, whatever, that you don't wear them anymore. Set them aside. Either donate them if they're suitable or throw them away. For all the remaining socks you have, get them cleaned, organized, wipe out the drawer, clean it out, and put them back in a neat order. That shouldn't take you more. I don't know how many socks you have, but I can't imagine that would take more than like 15 minutes to organize your sock drawer. You can quit there for that day. You've made a start. You've created a little bit of space. The next day, if you can, or later in the week, I suggest to make enough progress so you feel like you're actually doing something, you should have at least 3 cleaning sessions of at least 15 minutes per week. That will keep you with that momentum going forward so you don't feel like you have to start all over again to begin. So the next time, take on another drawer. Take on maybe a corner of your desk or one drawer in your desk or that famous junk drawer in the kitchen. Start in the next logical place that makes sense to you where you would love to have some space. Again, if necessary, set that timer and clean out that one space. Each time you declutter a part of your outer world, there is inner space that is created as well. Because our outer space is a reflection of our inner space, and it works both ways. Now, If you think that I can't even begin there, I'm a hoarder and this is hopeless, I'll start with the mental stuff, do that. Again, just like cleaning out one drawer at a time, to create mental space, you don't have to go on a 10-day retreat or sit down and do 90 minutes of meditation. Of course not. Just like you don't declutter your entire basement in one day. That's way too big. That would also be way too big of an endeavor mentally. But you can do a 5-minute meditation every morning. Every morning. It's not hard. You sit in a way so that you're comfortable, but that your back is straight. Usually that means in a chair. I once went to a Buddhist meditation class, and you could sit along the side where there was a back support, or on benches in the middle there was no support. I chose to sit along the side so I could put my back up against the wall. But you want to have your spine straight. Sit in a relaxed position. However, you don't have to cross your legs if you don't want to. If that's not comfortable, just sit with your legs as you normally would, but don't cross them. Simply close your eyes and breathe slowly and deeply. Your thoughts will still come. That's okay. Don't think that by sitting that way you automatically won't have thoughts. In fact, you might notice that your mind's activity is kicking up because it sees that you're trying to be quiet and it wants none of that. But that's okay. Sit through that. The 5 minutes will pass and you will have done that first bit of decluttering in your mind. Now, just like decluttering your sock drawer does not make your home decluttered, one 5-minute meditation isn't going to clear out your mind, especially if you've never done it before. But it's a start. It's a start. And it's a very good start because once you do it, you know that you can do it again. And you don't have to be perfect to make progress. If you meditate 5 or 6 days a week, that's great. Do make it consistent. And as you get comfortable with that, you will feel when you're ready to take on more, when you're ready to take that to a 7 or a 10-minute meditation. Sit quietly with your eyes closed and just breathe slowly and deeply. Let the thoughts come and go as they will. You do not have to play with them. You can, one metaphor some meditation teachers use is just to act like you're sitting in a seat watching like the worst play ever. All your thoughts about fear and what if this goes wrong and all those scary things that we think of. Just watch that march across your mind like the worst play ever. Just observe it. You don't have to interact with those thoughts. Please don't follow them. Just let them come and let them go. You are creating space in your mind. And that helps you be in a place where you can create space in your outer world. Decluttering is an activity that is both internal and external. It is metaphysical in nature. And wherever you want to begin, know that the other aspect of yourself is being helped. When we create space, you might be wondering, that sounds lovely, but what is gained? What does that space mean? How is my life different if I have space in my living space and in my mind? What that means is that you are at peace. You are not engaged in a 24/7 duel with your mind about what you will do or won't do, or what you've messed up or what you haven't done, or all of these things. It means that you live in a tranquil home, that there's not stacks of things on every horizontal surface. What I learned from a Native American teacher, Denise Lynn, because I actually took her course on decluttering, and what she said is that each thing, each belonging, has its own energy. It has its own energy, and when you have clutter, stacks and stacks and stacks and boxes of things, all of that stuff has its own energy and it's taking up your space. So when you clear it out and that's gone, you have space. And as a claustrophobic person, that always sounds like a good idea to me, to have space. But it lets you breathe. It lets you be creative. It lets your mind wander without being always engaged in this incessant, unending chatter. When there's peace in your inner state and there's calm in your outer state, you are free to enjoy your life. Imagine that. To create, to wonder, just to have more fun being you. And I would absolutely say that is worth the effort. If this sounds good to you and you would like to experiment with decluttering, you might want to join me on Patreon, because that might be our very next topic coming up for the month of May in my Patreon group. But this is a great time of year to do it. Decluttering is a lovely springtime activity. And I encourage you to start wherever you can with whatever small steps, and be consistent, and know that wherever you choose to begin, you are creating more space that will lead you to feeling more peaceful. And that's everything. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful to you. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this material. And until next time, my friend, create your day consciously. Bye for now.